It's the special holiday edition of the
XO Real Marriage Podcast.
Nailed it. Okay, we're just gonna free flow because we're busy. It's the holidays. We don't have time to script things, but I did want to have one honest conversation for those who are married and do or will have kids. What do you do with Santa Claus if you're a married couple for the holidays? Sometimes this becomes a divisive issue in the family. Yeah. Mom and or dad will have different views on the holidays. Mm-hmm. We won't even get into Halloween. We're still needing to heal from that at the Driscoll house. What do you think should be done if your parents, husband and wife, telling the kids about Santa? First of all, what would you say not to tell kids about Santa?
I would, first of all, not lie about Santa.
Okay, that's important. Mm-hmm. Why would you not lie to your children?
Because that disrupts trust. It breaks trust with your kids. And especially as important issues come in their lives, you don't want them to mistrust you because you told them a lie when they were a child.
And if you tell them Santa, he sees you when you're sleeping.
It's creepy.
He know, yeah. He's a perv. Then he knows when you've been naughty or nice. So now he's like God. He's all-knowing, all-seeing, and he's keeping a list of your good and bad deeds. Now you're into works righteousness, and you're a Pelagian. You're a Pelagian heretic. It's a fact in church history.
You probably don't need to get that serious about it.
No, just tell them. You don't want to raise Pelagians. You want to raise Christians. He sees you when you're naughty or nice. Have your good deeds outweigh your bad deeds, and then he will reward you for your performance. So first of all, you're preaching a false gospel, and you're a heretic. And that's probably not how you want to raise a child. But in addition, you are lying to them, and you're telling them, because one day they'll realize there is no Santa. He doesn't really see me or judge me.
There's no Santa.
Okay, we're going to get into that.
Okay.
That was a little judgy. Okay. We're going to get into that. And then they could ask, well, what about Jesus? I thought you said Jesus knows everything and he sees everything and he judges. Is he also a myth? What are you lying to me about?
It's a sticky place to be.
It's a bad slip and slide to start down. So you wouldn't tell them that the myth of Santa is real, that there's a chubby guy who lives in the North Pole and he has elves and he goes down the chimney and he eats cookies and he flies with reindeer. And
so what about St. Nicholas?
Okay, so what would you tell? What should we tell? What is the right thing that we did for our children?
We told them about the real St. Nicholas and how he was a pastor and loved Jesus. And he went around and gave gifts to children in need because that was out of the overflow of his heart and his relationship with Jesus, which is why in the myth, Santa gives gifts to kids. So that part of it is real, but...
So St. Nicholas was literally a Christian saint, 4th century. I've got some notes here. I'm too old to read them. I think it was in the 4th century. He was a bishop at the Council of Nicaea, and he voted for the Trinity. So he loved Jesus. He was a pastor. He was a theologian. And as Grace said, he really had a heart for kids, especially children who were poor. And so he was known to be very generous and a giver of gifts, which obviously ties to the story of Jesus when Jesus was a baby at home. Not in the manger. The wise men, we don't know how many, but they brought him 3 gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And so the gift giving does connect to Jesus, and that can continue into the holiday tradition from the biblical storyline. So for us, we told him he really did love Jesus. He was generous. He gave gifts. He was a theologian. And today he's with Jesus in the kingdom of God. And so then we would tell the kids that the myth of Santa Claus is more pretend. Yeah. Just like a cartoon or a superhero. And it's kind of based on a real person, but they've really kind of expanded the story. Yeah. And we didn't say it was necessarily a bad or an evil thing. No. We just tried to distinguish between kind of the
truth and
the comic book version of Santa Claus and, St. Nicholas, who he truly and really was, and a godly guy who loved the Lord. But then the problem became when the kids go to school. Remember that?
And they would tell their friends that Santa wasn't real. And those parents had lied to their kids and told them that Santa was real. And yeah, that would cause problems because they would cry or run home to their parents saying, "You told me Santa's real. My friend at school said he's not."
You made me into a Pelagian. So you don't want to do that.
No. Because then you got to keep lying. You can't just say Santa's real. Okay, well, so is that the real Santa at the store ringing the bell? Wait, is Santa coming tonight down the You have to keep telling stories that are lies to feed your lie. So it's not just one lie. It's a lot of lies. I'm just saying, it's not a good way to start your relationship with your child.
Merry Christmas. We've lied to you your entire life, and now you've lost trust. Our gift to you is a broken relationship. So, yeah, that would be our encouragement.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.